Hey, this is Alex from MobileSyrup. I'm here at CES 2016 with HTC. This is JB, and we're checking out the new Vive Pre, which is HTC's updated virtual reality system. And if you're not familiar with it, it's one of the best VR HMDs available in the market. And this version is the latest updated developer kit. So JB, can you tell us a little bit about what's new with the Pre?
Sure, absolutely. So this is the Vive Pre. We've basically redesigned every component from the ground up. So one of the first things that you're going to notice about the headset is it's a little bit more compact than it was before. Weight is very similar, but the fact that it's more compact and it actually fits a little bit closer to the face, it feels a little bit more lightweight. We also have a new strap design on here. So you can notice that the strap is built with a little bit more premium materials. We've got this little cradle design across the back that cups over the crown of your head. Also works for people with ponytails, they can come out of the back. We've got these swivels on the side that make the headset easily move around depending on how the headset is worn. On the inside we have interchangeable face gaskets. So you've got a narrow and a wide face gasket that can easily be changed out depending on your facial structure. You also have different interchangeable nose gaskets as well. We also have a proximity sensor inside the headset. So we have it disabled right now, but what will happen is when you put the headset on, the displays will turn on. When you take the headset off, they'll turn off. We've also made some enhancements here with the actual visual quality, and so one of which is brighter displays. So brighter displays leads to a deeper sense of presence or immersion when you're in the experience. Looks a little bit more vibrant. We've also made what we call a Mura correction. So Mura is sometimes referred to as a linen-like quality that you see. You usually notice this in really dark scenes in VR. So if you're in a dark environment, it sometimes looks like you have a piece of linen hanging between you and the actual thing that you're looking at. Another representation is people say it kind of looks like you're looking through a dirty window. And so in correcting for Mura, we're actually able to minimize that or also completely delete that from the actual scene. So the combination of this and the displays and some really unique software and hardware choices we're making, we're able to improve the overall visual clarity in the system. And so that's going on there. We're also still eyeglasses compatible, so we can actually accommodate for more frame sizes than we used to be able to, so that's really pretty cool. We also have the ability to adjust the IPD, so the distance between the lenses, by screwing this knob in and then turning it to the right will actually spread the lenses out. And so this works for people who have different facial shapes. We also have the adjustment that goes from the lenses to the eyes, so this works well for people who have glasses or something like that. So we also have on the front a new front-facing camera. So the front-facing camera works in unison with the Chaperone. Some of you have already seen the Chaperone. The Chaperone is what keeps you safe in VR. We know the most unique feature about Vive is the fact that it has room-scale VR. So if you want to get up and walk around, you can get up and you can walk around. But in doing that, you don't want to bump into objects. And so we built a system in called the Chaperone. Chaperone protects you from bumping into objects. And so when you approach a grid, a wall or an object in the real world, we reveal a grid to you. That grid represents the wall to keep you from bumping into it. Now, since we have the front-facing camera, we can actually integrate that directly with the Chaperone. So I'm not going to tell you too much about it now. Alex, you'll get a chance to try it out in a second. So that's the new headset.
I heard that maybe you were going to integrate headphones, but is this not happening, or maybe TBA kind of thing?
So still TBD. We're looking into it. We're kind of finding that a lot of the people who are going to be purchasing these headsets already have their own headsets, and so we're trying to just figure out what's the best solution for them. Do we want to integrate that or not? So in this system we haven't, but what we have done is we've extended the 3.5mm female jack right here so that you can plug in your own headphones into this developer kit.
Now, the availability for this developer kit is going to be 7,000 units available to developers.
Sure, and that's already started. We're starting to send these out to developers now.
Now, the question I had was, is this provided free like the previous version to those qualified developers?
Absolutely.
Or will there be an option for some people to buy a developer kit?
We have a huge request from people for these developer kits, so right now we're kind of working to distribute them to already existing developers and then working and trying to incorporate new ones as we move forward. The desire for these is so high right now, it's going to be difficult to be able to give any to people outside of that group. So yeah, I mean, I think, first is room scale, second is controllers. Having positionally tracked controllers is a huge deal for us. We're really excited about it. We've got new controllers here, so they've been completely redesigned. They now have a new sensor array at the top. It looks kind of different than it did before. You notice we have a little hole in the center and a ring here that's shaped kind of different than probably what you've seen before. All of these are strategically placed to provide the best tracking experience possible. And the combination of this new sensor array and the new Vive base stations, we have better tracking than we did before. We also have a dual stage trigger on the back, so you can squeeze it in and there's a little click feedback at the top, so developers have the option to kind of map that to different actions inside the virtual world. We also have the grip sensors down here at the sides, so if you're in an experience and you grip those, you can actually potentially pick up objects or interact with objects a different way. We've got a couple of different buttons here, again, up to the developer's discretion. We're going to be using the system menu button down here when you get into the demo. This is part of the new Chaperone experience that I'll let you check out in a minute. We've got the trackpad here as well that you can also press down on, and a new haptic engine inside. So now it's going to give you better and more precise feedback about the interactions you have with the virtual world. We also have integrated batteries inside, so micro USB rechargeable integrated batteries, up to actually at least a 4-hour runtime with heavy use. So most people will be getting even more than that.
That's improvement over the previous generation.
Absolutely. We also have new base stations, so if you want to take a look up here, the base stations have been redesigned. From a form factor perspective, they're similar in size, but they are now completely enclosed. They also don't look as space age as they did before. The base stations have new components inside, so a couple of things that it enhances is one, sound. So used to they made a little bit of a vibration sound. Vibration has been taken down a lot. The sound that the motors make inside has been minimized quite a bit. But the cool thing about these is now they can be run wirelessly. So you need power just like before, but instead of using a cable that syncs between the two of them, you now have the option to run them wirelessly. Makes it a lot easier for people to put inside of their house. They don't have to worry about running a cable between the two of them. So plug it in the wall, position those up in the corner of your room, and then you can start tracking.
I mean, user friendliness as far as the setup is key, because a lot of people's criticism of the Vive has been it's a lot of work to set up all that equipment, and people have said, well, maybe some people won't want to do that, but making things as convenient as possible in this system with all the components that it has is very important.
Sure.
So it's good to see that this improvement is happening.
We take the out-of-box experience extremely seriously, and we have a team of people dedicated to improving that, and so we feel confident that it's going to be a really easy thing for a lot of users to do, to get the system, get it configured, set up, configure their play space, and get going in a matter of a few minutes.
Okay, cool.